Welcome back to the channel. It's a brand new day here on the Park Lark channel. We're here at Disney's California Adventure for a giveaway later in the day. So why don't you come along and tune in and enjoy the sights. Come on, let's go. Next Sunday, Oogie Boogie Bash Party starts here at Disney's California Adventure, and they're ready to go. They have decorations. I'm sure they're going to have more, but some of the bigger stuff is already up. You can see there on Carthay Circle Tower, they've got the bats coming out of the belfry over there, and there was a bat over the bridge that we just crossed under. So that's coming up later in the week. And it'll be running through the latter part of August, all of September, and all of October on selected nights. So we're here waiting for about 15 minutes to enter the queue for the giveaway, which is a Disneyland 70th themed tote bag. And so it's not too bad. It looks like everything is running pretty smoothly. The virtual queue was relatively easy to get this morning at 7 a.m. from home. And I got group 29. And that will be, they're on 1 to 25 right now. You can kind of see how kind of empty it is. So things are running smoothly here at the giveaway on the first day. It runs through next Monday. So it'll be today, tomorrow, Friday, Saturday, and then Sunday, and then Monday, and then they're done. Once we are called and we have our giveaway, we'll take a walk around the park. I want to update you all on things that are going on here, construction. There's quite a number of areas that are under construction as we speak, and others that will be under construction in the probably beginning next year sometime. And so over the next several years, there will be new attractions being constructed and then opening, later in the latter half of this decade. So California Adventure will be growing quite a bit with a lot of new attractions, ranging from an expansion of the Avengers campus and a new ride that's being constructed, and that's just gone vertical, so we'll show you that. Then we'll walk over to Paradise Pier, where they're going to be constructing a new area that is going to be for Coco and themed for Coco. And there'll be an attraction, a ride, a dark ride, I believe, and I believe it's a boat ride that is scheduled for over there. And then we'll kind of wrap it up over in Hollywoodland, where that will completely go away and be replaced by Avatar, similar to the one that's at Walt Disney World in Florida. But we'll see what variations they do and how it eventually unfolds. All of that's in the future over the next several years. Nothing imminent, but construction will start to begin over the next 12 to 18 months for all of these things that I just laundry listed for you. So we're in, and we're making our way through the zigzags here of the queue. You can see it's pretty cool. It's pretty easy.
Hi friends, please have your virtual queues ready to scan first. Your virtual queues.
And just like that, we're through the queue, and I got the bag. That's what it looks like. So we're headed into Hollywood Studios, or Hollywoodland as I referred to it earlier. And this is the area that is going to be redeveloped. So construction walls will go up at some point. And all of this will be demoed, demolished, flattened, removed, and replaced with Avatar Land. I'll get a concept drawing to insert into the video so you'll get an idea of what conceptually they are planning to build here. But many of this structure in the background there with the arched roof is a soundstage, and they did do some television productions in there back in the day when they first opened it up back in the mid to late 90s, but it hasn't been used for that at all. Besides food service locations, this is the only ride that's here, which is Monsters Inc. And it's a dark ride and it's pretty fun, but they're closing it, and I don't think they intend on replacing Monsters Inc. here in California Adventure. In fact, what they're doing, the Disney company, is they're converting the Muppets area in Hollywood Studios in Florida to Monsters Land, and so Monsters Inc. Land, and so perhaps this ride will be taken down to here and moved over to Florida, where it will then have a new life. This building was used last year for several merchandise stores that featured Avengers themed clothing and toys and other collectibles, and so it was just basically a store that repurposed this soundstage, which was again made for production of, indoor productions of some kind, and they don't use it for that any longer. And that went the monorail. There went the monorail with its Celebrate Happy 70th color scheme skin on it. So as we walk this way, this takes us back out to Hollywood Boulevard here at Disney's California Adventure, and that kind of completes the loop for the area that will be redeveloped for Avatar. This is the former Hollywood Tower of Terror, which was rethemed several years ago into, and I can't recall its actual name, but I'll put it on the screen in post-production. But I wanted to show it for the fact that they've been refurbishing it. It basically is 3 specialized elevators that take you into raise you and lower you at a very high rate of speed and makes you feel like you're falling in space, and it mixes it with screen projections and a storyline and an audio track and the whole 9 yards. So it's a very immersive experience. And so one of the elevators was functioning, but recent reports was that all 3 were operating. I just noticed that the Bravo was working, the one in the middle, the Alpha to the left and Charlie to the right, which I cannot see because of the facade. was reportedly working earlier last Friday. So we'll see. We'll see if we can catch them in action. What basically happens is that the doors open up, people can see out to the west, and then they close up and they drop. This upcoming clip will show what I was referring to earlier in the video. This is the construction that is currently underway to expand the Avengers campus into this new area, which will include a new ride. And you can see the steel that's already gone up into a second story, and the crane that the construction crews are using. This angle presumably will be the entryway for park guests to make their way into this new area that will be behind this wall that's currently there, construction wall. I'll walk up and show you these conceptual drawings, and there you can see what it's going to look like. It might be a little bit small on your screen, but I apologize. But it looks pretty exciting, and it's, like I said, it's an expansion. It's adding net new attractions, and so that's a great thing for park guests. So I do want to mention that this area, prior to it being Avengers Campus, was a Bugs Life land. And so, yeah, things change. So I've heard that this is area that will be used for Oogie Boogie during the evening. By one of the meet and greets of the villains that'll be out and about. So I'll research it and include that as a title to the video. So here at the Cozy Cones, they've draped them with their Oogie Boogie attire, so you can see the scary faces right there. I don't know if the other three are not showing anything, so they probably still need to do those. And they got a few days to get it done, because Sunday, and today is Wednesday, is when Oogie Boogie starts. Another development is that they added water to this water feature here in the opening of the Cozy Cone Motel, right next to the meet and greet with Lightning McQueen. This location is a food service, as each cone has some kind of snack or treat or food offering, and I can see that over here on the far left is churros. I can't tell what the next one over to the right, and over here where I can see it's a popcorn cone. So I think the two others are other kinds of services. So I wanted to come over to this side, which used to be a walkthrough into Adventures Campus out of Cars Land, but as you can see, there is a construction wall that prohibits that path any longer. And so we were just over that wall and another wall recording a few minutes ago. But the construction is going on to my right, and it's going to be over that wall, and you can see the crane there in the background. So those verticals that we could see in the original scene a few minutes ago is on that side of that structure there. So it'll go from this direction all the way back there, and that direction is Harbor Boulevard, and But before you get to harbor, there is a bus path that brings in park guests who park remotely at the Toy Story parking lot, which is a few blocks down on Harbor. Radiator Spring Racers is scheduled for a refurb and will be shutting down in a few days. And I don't think there's been an announcement date as to when it reopens. But so these guests are going to be some of the last of the Mohicans that are going to be able to ride it prior to the refurb shutdown. And that's the Cadillac Mountains. We passed through San Francisco and now we're headed out, going through the Golden Gate Bridge. In keeping with what I was describing earlier, we're now crossing into Pixar Pier, or Paradise Pier, as I think I might have mentioned. There's the Pixar Pal around. I actually have a picture of that on my t-shirt. The Incredicoaster is closed for refurb, but I believe that's a test train that's going through the track as I'm recording. It is a loop coaster. I think it's headed for the loop. And right there where it says Pixar Pier is where the loop is. When it's supposed to open, I believe later this month. I will put it in the as a title to this segment of the video for those who are interested.
For yourselves are amazing marvel of the Midway. Hurry, hurry! Woody, Buzz, and all my pals have set up the Midway Mania playset just for you. So while Andy's away, it's time to play.
So the rumors is that this would be the location where they will open this up into the Coco Land that they construct in the back. Currently it's used as a meet and greet. I believe the characters from different Pixar franchises are featured here. I hope everyone is enjoying the video thus far, but at this point I wanted to insert this image, aerial view of the Disney California Adventure, to show you where the proposed Coco Land is, and that's in that yellow highlighted box there in the corner of the property. But the image that I showed you where the possible entry into the Coco Land would be to the right of that last O in Coco. But the arrow here on this graphic shows where others have said the entry point would be. So it's just a little bit of details to share with you all. I hope you find it useful. Now let's get back to the video. The other possibility is this area right here, that this could be opened up and becomes the entrance into Coco Land. So time will tell whether it's here or over on the other side where I showed just a few minutes ago. Currently what they use this gate for are the parades. So when they have parades here at Disney's California Adventure, they either begin here or end here. And they proceed down this path all the way down. It curves to the right and it goes along the lagoon where they do the World of Color water show in the evenings, and then it makes its way down that main corridor to Hollywood Boulevard, goes down Hollywood Boulevard and turns, and then ends over by the Galaxy of the Guardians ride that I showed earlier. This area, which is to the left of where I was just showing, is a food services area. And so this area that's right here behind these little gates is seating. It's outdoor seating. And there is a pizza location off to the left. And then I believe there is a walk-up service where you can order from their menu. And then I believe there is a beer location basically in that direction. And so you can get adult drinks there, as well as here you can get adult drinks. Those who have never been here before and may be watching, alcohol has never really been allowed at any of the Disney locations until within the last several years. In fact, I think California Adventure did open, or maybe a few years after it opened, did start selling alcoholic beverages, adult beverages. And so there is a difference between here and Disneyland. Not until last year, there was a prohibition for alcohol in Disneyland. The only place you could get alcohol at Disneyland was at Club 33, a private club which is extremely expensive for membership. And so only the most wealthy would be able to dine and partake in alcohol. Although Walt was known for frequenting a drink or two, but the park was not allowed. But years later, they did change it, and so here in California Adventure, you can purchase beer, you can purchase drinks that have spirits in them, and you can walk around the park with it. Unlike at Disneyland, even though they do sell alcohol, it must be consumed in the restaurant in which you purchased it. You cannot walk through Disneyland with an alcoholic beverage. It remains prohibited. I believe that this location here off to my right is a location for a private club. I don't recall the name. I'll have to see if I can find it and include it as a title to this video. It's not an excruciating hot day, but it is warm. It's mid-August, and so looking at this water really looks refreshing, doesn't it? So crystal clear. It is chlorinated, so that makes it That helps keep it that way. You can smell the chlorine. So Redwood Creek has been closed and will remain closed for probably through now and into next year. It has multiple purposes. They're going to be redressing this area for Oogie Boogie nights. And then after the Halloween season and during the transition in November to the holidays and Christmas theme, this is where Santa Claus would be housed. And so they use this area for queue as well as merchandise, and then the photo op with Santa Claus. Don't let this lazy river deceive you. It gets pretty gnarly towards the end, and there is a reason why some people are wearing ponchos and hoods, because they're most likely going to get very wet, and it can be very uncomfortable being drenched and having a wet bottom for the rest of the day. It's not a good ride to wear denim, because denim takes forever, and it's not that hot today to dry it out, so it would be kind of uncomfortable to have denim shorts and having them wet for the remainder of the day, in my opinion. So these signs are for Oogie Boogie Bash. They're theming for what's to come next Sunday. I'm excited. I'll be here then. So we'll have a complete video of all the activities and signs, or sights and sounds, I should say, of that opening event. And the river raft ride is known as Grizzly River Run. What did I tell you? Plenty of opportunity to get drenched. The raft literally goes over that geyser. You're gonna get wet. Wetter. There is an entrance from the adjacent hotel, Disney's Grand California Hotel. It's located right next door to the theme park here of California Adventure, and so there's an admittance entrance there from the hotel. So if you're staying there, you have exclusive access into the park. Mickey is a sipper, and the hands were popcorn bucket. The Pride hands. So there is a full complement of Halloween merch. We just stepped into the fall. You can see Stitch in his Halloween dress up. Mickey over in the corner over there. This is a pretty good bag. Appropriately themed for the holidays. Then you have these very festive ears, mini ears. And these are blankets on the bottom. And then some treats, I believe. Some ornamentation for the body or other things. Look at Mickey with his sorcerer's cap, but it's colored for the season. That's a cool shirt. All the characters are on it. Here's for the kiddos, the girl kiddos. That's some home decor for the season. Little Jack Skellington. Bubble wands with jack-o'-lanterns on them. Some more jack-o'-lanterns. More festivity dress. There's quite an assortment in here. Much of this side remains as the 70th merch, as you can see there and here. But there's a little bit of Halloween over here in the center aisle. Oh, those are cool. Halloween hats for the kiddos, I believe. Yeah, that's very cute. And these have become very popular here at the Disneyland Resort and other resorts across the Disneyland franchise are these baseball jerseys. Here at Disneyland, 55 represents the year in which Disneyland opened in 1955, hence the 70th year. We'll make our way to this other store. Usually they have, and I can see that they do, they'll have Halloween merch. I'm walking through the toy store. Here you go. They did something similar to this last year along this counter here. Not everything in here is Halloween, just mainly as you walk in that back counter and over here on this wall. A lot of it's like what we've already seen from the other side. There's a hoodie there with a zip. That's pretty cool. Ah, I like that. Devilish Donald and Skeleton Pluto and Pirate Chip. And then it says Disneyland Resort along the sleeve, that other sleeve, the left sleeve. I can't tell if there's a price tag on here or not. I'm sure there is. But sometimes finding it. I don't know. Pardon the camera angles while I'm trying to do this with. So the hoodie ended up being $70. It's $69.99, so $70 plus with tax. Well, folks, that's going to do it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed the quick tour through Disney's California Adventure here in Anaheim, California on the Park Lark channel. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe the video and hit the notification bell. Every time I upload a new one, you'll be notified and you'll be able to stay connected with the goings-ons here at the Park Lark channel. Thank you again, and we'll see you in the next video. Goodbye now.